Alright, so we create a package for this program. We did import. We try to use scanner in this class. Now, when we say class is the smallest like unit for the file here. The class name should have the same name as your file name. Okay? So we open the class, we close the class. Now, in the class should have a main methods. So this is the main methods, right? And this is the syntax for the main methods, always like that. Public static, we talk about each keywords here, right? No type is void. Main is the name and taking the arguments as string and array. So now we don't have to worry about what is an array yet. We're going to talk about that later on at the end of the semester. Now what we need to know is it's always like that. Okay? So now my question is, what we try to do is we want to write a program. So let me create a comment. So comment can be a single line comment, right? Or a multiple line comments, which is very common to use when we write a program in Java. So now let me show you one more time. So this is called multiple line comments. We like to do at the class levels by go to the top of your class and do /*. Now the syntax of multiple line comments is open, right, close the asterisk, and then asterisk, and then closed. So that's called multiple line comments. Okay, in Java. Alright, so now this is a syntax, but for using in Eclipse, we're gonna put two asterisks and then enter. It's gonna add the annotations. This is called annotations. Alright, you can put that as the keyword also, annotations. Okay. So annotation, it's just a shorter way of Java to refer to something. Like now we want to, it's going to pick up from my login username and add that as the author. Why do we need this? We're going to learn that all your Java classes need to have a Java doc to accompany with it. And this is starting phase to create your Java doc. And we're going to learn what's Java doc later. Alright, so now what you need to know is multiple line comments. Okay. Let me show you Java doc real quick. Like, whenever you want to use a class, like I try, what is the class name? I try to use a scanner, right? I'm going to type scanner Java doc. Like I said, all Java classes supposed to have Java doc. What's Java doc? Java doc is just like a user manual of a scanner. It's going to explain how to use this. It is a simple text scanner which can parse types and string using regular expressions. And it's going to show you how to use this. So that's Java doc. It's going to explain, it's just a manual. And we like to look at the summaries of all the methods and how to use them. Like one of the methods that I want to use is next int. Scan the next token of the inputs as an int. If I click it, it's going to explain more. Okay. It's after it's read in, it's going to return an int from the input keyboard. So let's check out how to use this. Okay, so we already know, we just read how to use scanner. From the beginning it say you're supposed to create a new instance. And this action statement we call instantiation. So that's another keyword. Okay. What instantiation? Instantiation is an action of creating a new instance from a class. Like, I have a scanner class, I want to create new instance. So let's say keyboard. Like the example use sc, you can use sc. It's just the name of the instance. Equals to new scanner. And I want to read from the keyboard. I just do system.in exactly this example and do next in next line, right? So I want to write the ID, right? Student ID. So I'm going to, now we talk about data type. What should be the type of student ID? Int, right? And we know why we talk about that. 32 bits, right? ID equals to next sc dot next int. So that's the method that we want. So this line, this is a single line comment. We call instantiation. Instantiation is an action to create a new instance. So what's my instance name? SC, right? And I want to create a new instance of my scanner class. Then when I do this, why we have to create instance? Because we try to use the methods of that class. And I just shown you the summary of the method from scanner Java doc. There are a lot of methods, right? And we want to use next in. So that make me able to read in the student ID. Now, how do I know that I need to read in student ID? I may need to prompt the user, right? Prompt the user to enter. So let's say system.out.print enter a student ID. Okay, let's test this program. Running it. Enter a student ID. Then, if I don't have this line of code, what happens? It's not going to show enter a student ID. The user is not going to know what he's supposed to do. Right? If you are the user point of view, launch the app and then white screen showing up. This is an app, right? An application that we're writing. So that's why we need something to tell the user what to do first, and then we read in. So this line of code is read in from student, from user keyboard, right? And as an integer, we talk about data type. We want to read only int, so that's why we declare int ID and use it here. So you can do it this way, declare it first and use it later, 2 lines. Or you can do it in the Java doc way, in 1 line, like that. Doesn't matter. Okay? Now, the point of this is to prompt the user for input, right? So I keep doing the comments to explain you and myself. Later on, I may need these explanations. And normally this type of thing, we don't need it when you already experienced this. You only need it when you get into like something new and it's complicated. So this is for you and yourself to use the single line comments. Right? If you don't put the comments, it's going to be a problem. It's going to show an error. See that? Because these are not Java syntax. Okay? So that's the point of using comments, multiple line comments. Explain. So what's the point of multiple line comments here? At the first level, class level, we try to explain what is the point of this class. Okay, like what's the point of this program? Okay. A program to find chapter number and problem number based on student ID, right? So I just try to explain what I try to do. So So that's what you need to do also in your assignments. You always have to do multiple line comments, single line comments. If you don't have that, you do not get full score on your assignment. And normally we have the author who implemented it, and you can put a date, right? And normally, sometimes we like to put some algorithms. Okay. Like, let's talk about, before you actually writing a program, you should know what is the point of this program. Like, so first it's going to prompt the user for student ID. Right, 2 is going to after prompt, so it's going to read and calculate student ID by, how do you calculate? That's the logic, right? Algorithms. Now, based on the question, anybody remember? So we go to assignment, and we say this student is odd, chapter 1, right? Okay. Now, if student ID is odd, okay, say you will do chapter 1. Okay, you're going to output chapter 1, correct? So if student ID is even, output chapter 2, right? And what else? And just say here, if the chapter number 1 divide your student by 10, right? So I'm going to just put it here. So same for number 6. Number 6, if the chapter number is 2, divide your student by ID by 11 and increment by 1. And then you see the remainder, increment it by 1, and then output the problem number. Now, that makes sense? Now we know that what we want to do, right? So that's why you want to explain it first. That is, now we put algorithms. So next, follow the algorithms. Then it's going to help you to write a program. Prompt the users for student ID. Did I do that? Prompt for student ID, I read in. Read, I prompt and I read. This is a read in. So what I need to do next is to calculate, right? According to this. Okay, so we said if. Now, today we want, so we said we're going to do student ID odd. Actually, we can say if you divide by 2, right? We do remainders, right? And then we said not equals, right? When it's not equals to 0, right? Or it's equals to 1, right? So that's how you do the odd, right? And this one, So those are the algorithms, correct?